In this video, you're going to learn what it truly means to be confident as an athlete. Hey there, I'm Eli Straw, mental game coach and the founder of SuccessStartsWithin.com. Now, before we get into the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're an athlete looking to improve your mental game. I put out new videos each day on sports psychology and mental training. Now, when I say confident, what does that mean to you? What does it mean for you to perform with confidence? That's a very interesting question because a lot of athletes will say, well, it just means that I trust in myself. But what I'm talking about is a feeling. What is the feeling you have whenever you would say, oh, I'm performing with confidence? Because what I've found is that feeling is actually very different depending on the athlete. There are generalizations we can make, but it's not as simple as to say, this is the feeling of confidence and this is the feeling that you need no matter who you are, no matter what sport you play. The feeling of confidence is going to be very specific to you. Yes, confidence means that you trust in yourself. But what does that feel like when you're performing? What does it feel like? What state are you in when you actually are trusting yourself and you're performing your best? So that's what we're going to kind of work through within this video. And what you can do is a simple thought exercise that helps you identify what that feeling is for you or what that state is for you. Now, what you can do is you want to think back to the top 3 bad games you've had in your life. I know this isn't the most fun thing to do, but what you're doing with that is you're identifying, okay, this is the mindset I don't want to have. And what's really interesting with that is I've worked with athletes who thought that they needed to have this killer mindset where they're going out to dominate the competition. But what they found was when they performed their worst, they were focused too much on the competition. So we realized, all right, well, for you, when you're feeling confident, it doesn't actually involve you thinking too much about dominating the competition and just thinking you're going to go out there and destroy everybody. That didn't work for them. It has worked for other athletes. So right there, we begin to see how there's a little bit of a difference in what this feeling of confidence actually can mean for you. So what you want to do is you list those out and then see if you can find any similarities. And then try to come up with a mindset statement where you describe what your mindset was like, what you were thinking about during each of those performances. Now what we're going to do is outline the top 3 best performances of your life. So what you want to do is list those out and then once again, see if you can find any similarities or commonalities between those performances. Now this one, what you're going to do is when you're finished, you come up with a simple mindset statement. And this mindset statement goes like this. Confidence to me means then whatever it means for you. I've had athletes where their definition of confidence is confidence for me means feeling relaxed and confident. Confidence for me means enjoying myself and being present. Confidence for me means going out there and trying to prove everybody wrong. Confidence for me means focusing on dominating the competition. It's going to be different for you depending on your personality and just depending on who you are. And there's no right or wrong answer. Because the cool thing about defining a performance statement or your definition of confidence is because it gives you a very clear idea of the mental state and the emotional state that you need to work to get into every time you compete. Because if there are similarities between the way your mindset was when you're performing your best, well, that's the mindset you need to try to get into every time. Because that's the mindset that gives you the best opportunity to perform well. And right there, that's where we see athletes become consistent within their performances. Because they're approaching each game from a similar mental state, which gives them the best chance of succeeding. So for you, go ahead and go through that exercise and then come up with your confidence statement. Then what you want to do is as you go into practices and as you go into games, you want to focus on getting into that state on a more consistent basis. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the best of success in all that you do. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We put out new videos each week on sports psychology and mental training. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about one-on-one mental performance coaching, head over to SuccessStartsWithin.com.